We have a question from audience that what do you think the role of Iranian regime is on safety of the Ashraf residents as far as harming them or their influence on the Iraqi regime?
Well, I truly am afraid that if the Iranian regime had their choice, that they would do the worst to the Camp Ashraf people, that they would do everything they could to snuff out freedom and completely suppress them in every way they could. And that's why it's so important that the people that are fighting for the freedom of the residents of Camp Ashraf continue to do so. And it's important for the people across the world, for people like me and for leadership across the world, to let everyone know that our eyes are upon the people at Camp Ashraf, so that they are not forgotten, and so that Mr. Ahmadinejad and the others that would suppress them and destroy them if they could understand that the world is going to hold him accountable in that regard. And I will just have to say to you, to the people of Iran, I know that there was a time a couple of years ago when there was a great movement toward freedom, a great outpouring of support for freedom, and our president did not speak up like he should have. And I apologize for that, because I believe he should have. But I want you to know that that does not represent the feelings and hearts of the American people. The American people are with the people of Iran. We are with the people, those that are in Camp Ashraf. We are with the cause of human freedom and human dignity in Iran. And I think if we hold together and stand together, by the grace of God, freedom can still come.
You mentioned this is the election year, and do you think the policy of pressuring Iran to come with the sanction and so forth, to come to the table and negotiate with the Iranian regime with Obama policy will work? What does Arizona people think about this?
Well, there is a great concern on my part that the sanctions will not be enough to convince Mr. Ahmadinejad to come to the table. If it happens that way, I would be glad to be wrong. But there is a conviction on my part that this regime headed by Ahmadinejad in Iran is fundamentally dedicated to gaining access or to develop nuclear weapons. And that will do two things. Not only will it threaten the rest of the world, not only will it destabilize the Middle East, but it will strengthen his grip on the oppressed people of Iran. It will make it almost impossible it will make it very much more difficult for people outside to try to fight for the freedom of the dissidents and the people in Camp Ashraf and other places across Iran. So it's important that we work together to make sure that Mr. Ahmadinejad doesn't get his finger on the nuclear button.